Summary of the module. This module aims to provide participants with the professional competencies expected from the national and international workforce. This module is to train the child care staff needed at home and in early childhood at a basic level. Participants will gain basic professional competencies in the field of child development and care through the courses they will take throughout the module. The participant, who has completed all the courses in the module, will be entitled to receive a certificate by passing the end-of-module evaluation exam. Individuals who gain the competencies required by the profession will be able to work, in line with the competencies they have acquired, in early childhood education institutions under the supervision and control of a teacher or teacher assistant in the education sector, or provide child care services at home. Subunit 1: Child Development Stages. We can examine the most important developmental stages in children under 5 headings. 1. Cognitive development. It is the mental development process that enables children to understand and interact with their environment from the moment they are born. It covers activities such as reading, writing, and thinking. There are many factors that affect cognitive development in children: social environment, etc. Cognitive development may not be the same in every child. The developmental characteristics of children may differ depending on the environment they live in. 2. Language development. Language development is very important in terms of learning information. Language development is a lifelong process that begins at birth. Learning symbols, words, and sentences takes place in this process. Factors that negatively affect language development may include physical disability, mental disability, lack of sound in the environment, and illness. 3. Social and emotional development. Children's adaptation to social life and shaping their behaviors are handled within this field. Children's recognition of themselves and their emotions is also addressed in this area. Social and emotional development is very important for children to understand and experience social behavior. 4. Motor skills development. Motor skills development is divided into 2 as gross motor skills and fine motor skills. Gross motor skills. They are the use of large muscle groups to move. Activities such as walking, running, and swimming are examples of gross motor movements. Fine motor skills. Small muscle groups are used in fine motor movements. Movements made with hand muscles are included in this group. Using a pencil, using scissors, playing an instrument can be given as examples of the movements in this group. 5. Self-care skills. Considering the age of children, self-care skills can be explained as being able to take care of themselves and provide the care they need without the need for other individuals. When self-care skills need to be acquired, it is very important to ensure that children can lead their lives independently. Subunit 2: Recognizing and assessing children. Recognizing and assessing children is very important in preparing environments suitable for children. In order to know children, it is necessary to know their developmental characteristics, physical development, environment, health status, past experiences, and personality traits. The purpose of getting to know children is to provide children with new learning opportunities by determining what they know and their areas of interest. It should not be forgotten that even children of the same age will show differences in the recognition process. We can examine the methods to be chosen in recognizing children under 2 headings. 1. Test. Tests such as ability, knowledge, interest, attitude, and personality tests can be included in this section. 2. Out of test. Interviewing and observation can be included in this field in communication with the child in daily life. Evaluations in children are divided according to the period, and evaluations can be made according to these periods. Development areas and periods are listed below. MEB, 2013. Subunit 4: Child mental health. Intellectual disability. Developmental learning disorders. Motor skill disorders. Communication disorders. Common developmental disorders. 1. Autistic disorders. 2. Rett disorder. 3. Disintegrative disorder. For Asperger's disorder. Lack of attention. Nutrition and growth disorders. Tic disorders. Elimination disorders. Reactive attachment disorders. Eating disorders. Sexual identity disorders. Childhood schizophrenia. Affect disorders. Obsessive compulsory disorders. Somatoform disorders. Dissociative identity disorder. Sleeping disorders. Subunit 5, Child Nutrition. Nutrition is very important for the development of children in all areas. The foods that children should eat between the ages of 2 to 6 after breast milk are listed below. Milk and dairy products. Meat and meat products. Vegetables and fruits. Grain products. Fluid requirement. Subunit 6, Self-care in early childhood. Cleaning in children. Taking a bath. Ear cleaning. Hand washing. Facial cleaning. Nose cleaning. Foot cleaning. Hair cleaning. Nail cutting. Anal area cleaning. Dental care. Subunit 7, Special education and self-care in special education. For children who need special education, the environment and materials should be arranged according to their needs. Special education need can take different forms. There may be mental, physical, sensory, emotional, and social problems. Identifying the needs of children with special needs is one of the most important steps in facilitating their lives. Professional help should be sought to determine the needs of children. Self-care may differ according to their needs, but if there is no difference, necessary self-care should be handled as in Unit 6. The procedures to improve the self-care skills of children with special needs should be explained in more detail and repeated more often with an adult. The skill should be explained step by step and repeated together. Children should be provided with opportunities to try what they have learned, and adults should be supportive and patient with children in this process. Subunit 8, First Aid. Basic applications of first aid. Evaluation of the patient and wound. Basic life support. First aid in respiratory tract obstruction. Partial occlusion. Complete occlusion. First aid for burns caused by heat. First aid for frostbite. First aid for heat stroke. First aid for fainting. First aid in shock. First aid for foreign body in the eye. If it is metal or a sinking object. First aid for foreign body in ear. First aid for foreign body in nose. First aid for poisoning. First aid for fractures. First aid for injuries. First aid for external bleeding. Subunit 9, Creating activities in early childhood. There are many resources and materials for activities that can be created outside of school in early childhood. These resources and materials can be used when creating activities with children. The best source for activities that can be done for children will be books. Considering the age and developmental characteristics of children, activity books from which we can get information can be preferred. It can be ensured that adults spare time for children in their daily chores, and this can be turned into an activity. For example, while cooking, even offering the work that children can do and doing it together can provide a good time and participation in life. With the dialogues established during the day, activities can also be created considering the wishes of the children. For example, you might see the rainbow outside and might ask, "Do you want to draw a rainbow?" During this activity, it can be ensured that the child can both talk and get informed about the rainbow, and drawing activity contributes to the development of the child's small muscles. In short, activities from daily life can be organized both by taking into account the wishes of children and by ensuring that children participate in life. Subunit 10, Professional Ethics. There are some moral rules that people must follow in society. Approaching all members of the society with respect is at the forefront of ethical rules. Common ethical rules are listed below, MEB, 2011. integrity, honesty, being reliable, loyalty, justice, helping others, respect for others, having civic responsibility, not to tell lies, not to violate the rights of others, not taking advantage of the power situation of the other person, sharing the pain of those who suffer, solidarity, recognition of the equality of individuals, fair distribution of resources, seeking perfection, etc. Rule ethics. There are rules to be followed in life. The written ones are called laws. Failure to comply with these rules will result in penalties. There are also unwritten rules. These rules are the rules that are found right by the society, such as customs and traditions. These rules have no penal sanction. Although there is no criminal sanction, these rules should be considered in order not to disturb the structure and order of the society because these rules are included in ethical judgments. Personal ethics. The characteristics of personal ethics are listed below. Integrity and ethical behavior are in everyone. Personal ethics allows the individual to return to himself. It is up to one's own conscience to make right and wrong decisions about the situations faced by the individual. Behavior that will make the individual reach his/her goal must be ethical. There are many situations in life where certain rules cannot exist. The individual does not tolerate injustice just because he is in a group. As the individual becomes free, he develops his own ethical standards. Individuals reach perfection only through their own efforts. Others cannot do this on behalf of the person. Individuals acquire new values as they develop throughout their lives. Consequences of behaving in compliance with ethical values. Behaviors that comply with ethical values have various consequences. These can be positive or negative consequences. Looking at the positive results, we can see gaining prestige, reliability, having a good image, getting help in problem solving. Ethical values reduce moral collapse, especially in times of social turmoil, and play a preventive role against malicious attempts in terms of society, acceptance in society, etc.